Well, no shame, Al Gore is celebrating 20 years of being wrong with his climate alarmism book, An Inconvenient Truth, by claiming he wasn't wrong. And neither were the junk scientists who predicted the end of the world and no snow on Kilimanjaro.
When you see the film, do you feel like it still holds up?
Unfortunately, yes. And the scientists were dead right on all the important elements of it. And it really is insane that we are continuing to use the sky as an open sewer. And we're trapping so much heat every day, it's equal to the amount that would be released by 800,000 Hiroshima-class atomic bombs exploding every day on the Earth.
But wait, it gets worse. Gore says he absolutely stands by comparing climate change to other moral issues like the abolition of slavery, women's rights, and women's suffrage, Gore said. Here to discuss, junkscience.com publisher and former Trump 2016 transition team member, Steve Milloy. Steve, very nice to see you. I noticed that Al Gore says that he got it right on all the important issues. So his qualifier is the word important. What important issues did Al Gore get it right on, Steve Milloy?
Well, Brian, it's great to be here with you. The only thing I think he got right is slavery was real. Climate is a hoax. And it always was. If you watch his movie, in the most dramatic scene where he gets on the ladder, climbs to the top, where and to show that CO2 is going through the roof, what they don't show is that along the bottom line, temperature is just burbling along level, and there's really nothing going on. About a year after he released the movie, a British judge said that the movie could not be shown to British school children without a warning label because so much of the movie was false. About the same time, I did an analysis of the movie myself, and all 25 minutes that were about the science would have been cut out by the ruling of that British judge. What's left is just fluff from Al Gore, which is all we've been getting for the last 20 years as he's accumulated $300 million in personal wealth.
I was in grad school at Harvard when that movie came out. And I remember the library, like you walked in and all you saw was like this huge exhibit to An Inconvenient Truth. They were obsessed with this movie. So if he didn't really get it right on the important questions, what has happened to the climate in the intervening years since he made that movie? Where do we stand, Steve?
Well, it's really hard to tell. I mean, it has been getting warmer over the last 40 years, but that is a process that has been naturally driven by the El Nino, La Nina cycle. And we are in an El Nino cycle right now, and we may very well see in 2027 some more global warming. But it's because of the natural cause El Nino. It's not because of emissions. The truth is that no one on this planet can show that emissions, and I'm not talking about just green, carbon dioxide generally, but no one can show that emissions of carbon dioxide are having any effect on anything except maybe greening the planet.
I think my view is there's kind of this like unholy trinity of academia and government and NGOs, and they've kind of colluded to make climate alarmism the thing. And they raise a ton of money and they fund a ton of so-called research to promote all of that. But it seems like the air might be coming out of that. Like maybe the money is coming out of that trio of forces. Is that what you see, Steve? Are people losing their love for the climate alarmism?
Well, Brian, a lot of this was driven by big business that got on board the climate wagon, especially big tech. And of course, big tech needs big data centers right now, and they need electricity to power those data centers. And they're not going to get it from wind and solar and batteries and all that nonsense, which has just done nothing but wreck our grid and raise electricity prices. So big tech is now subtly, behind President Trump's fossil fuel agenda. I mean, they may not come out and say, "Oh, we were wrong," but they're definitely for gas plants, coal plants, even nuclear plants now.
Yeah, economics has a way of asserting itself in our world. Well, we'll wait for the 40-year anniversary of Inconvenient Truth. We'll see if any of his predictions came right by then. Steve Milloy, thanks for joining us. Great to see you.
Great to see you. Thank you.